Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone? It's getting cold again. Would you like me to go ahead and read announce the pursuant to the gubernatorial disaster proclamation first to get started? Okay. Pursuant to the gubernatorial disaster proclamation and the declaration of emergency for the city of Urbana, Illinois, related to the COVID-19 pandemic, and in accordance with changes to the Open Meetings Act, it has been determined that an in-person public meeting is not prudent or safe at this time. Members of the public body will attend remotely using Zoom webinar. Members of the public may attend via Zoom or view meetings remotely on Urbana Public Television through Comcast Xfinity on channel 6 and 1096, or i3 broadband on channel 6, AT&T Uverse on channel 99, and streamed on the web at livestream.com/Urbana. Rachel, will you be doing the roll call today?
Yes, I will.
Okay, great.
Commissioner Fuller,
Present.
Commissioner Headland,
Present.
Commissioner Modica,
Present.
Commissioner Pinilla, is excused. Commissioner Rose,
Here.
Commissioner Shine,
Here.
Commissioner Buckman,
Here.
Commissioner Smith. Okay, is absent. All right. We do have quorum.
Great. So at this point, we are to approve the minutes of the previous meetings. Do we need to do this by roll call or just yay and nay?
I think we should take these one at a time since we have 3 and there may be edits. So let's go first to September. Do we have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from our September meeting?
So moved.
Frank motions. Does anyone second?
Second.
Howard seconds. Do we have any discussion or corrections? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to take a roll call to vote to approve those. Commissioner Fuller?
Approved.
Commissioner Headland?
Approved.
Commissioner Modica?
Approved.
Commissioner Rose?
Approved.
Commissioner Shine?
Approve.
Commissioner Buckman? Did you say approve?
Approved, but I wasn't here for those, so if I need to abstain.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. So we'll call it an abstention. You'll abstain. All right, and that actually that motion is approved. So you've approved your minutes from the September meeting. Let's move to the October meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Howard motion, Frank seconded. Any discussion or corrections on the meeting minutes from September? Excuse me, October.
October 12th. No.
Okay, seeing none, we'll take another roll. Commissioner Fuller,
Approved.
Commissioner Headland,
Approved.
Commissioner Modica,
Approve.
Commissioner Pinilla, excuse me, he's absent. Commissioner Rose,
Approved.
Commissioner Sheen,
Approve.
Commissioner Buckman.
Approved.
Okay, and then we'll take that motion passes. So those minutes have been accepted. Let's take a look at November. Frank?
Minor correction in the spelling for the publisher for the Modica chapbook. It should be spelled capital K-E-L-S-A-Y, and it's Kelsey Books.
Excellent. Any other corrections folks see?
You spelled my name wrong in additions to agenda. It doesn't bother me at all. It's SCH. It gets misspelled all the time.
SCH, that's right. Okay, wonderful. I'll make that correction.
Item 3.
Any other corrections? Did you say something, Barbara?
No, I was just commenting, it was item 3, under item 3.
Okay, got it. Okay, seeing no additional corrections, can I get a motion to approve with these changes?
Motion
The
to
meeting
approve
minutes.
with changes.
Okay, from Howard. Anyone seconded? Frank, thank you very much. All right, let's take a quick roll. Commissioner Fuller,
Approved.
Commissioner Headland,
Approved.
Commissioner Modica,
Approved.
Commissioner Rose,
Approved.
Commissioner Shine,
Approved.
and Commissioner Buckman.
Approved.
All right, those pass. And we're caught up on meeting minutes. Thank you all so much. We'll get those changes and we'll get them put up on the website.
I think in the history of this organization, that's the first time that's ever happened.
Having a little bit of a traffic jam.
We'll back up, yeah. We'll blame it on COVID.
That's good. Well, we'll get that taken care of. Thank you all so much.
Great. I have to get back to my agenda again. I've got I'm doing a double screen here. I have an old computer and I have my tablet. So I'm on the meeting in my tablet, but I'm reading everything else on my on my desktop. And I think I just lost the agenda for today. Sorry.
It would be my staff report.
Yeah, I just have to scroll down here to get it. Thank you. Yeah, just too many windows open.
All good.
Yeah, so do we have any additions to the agenda today?
That's correct. We actually do. We have a presentation from the Common Ground Food Co-op on their 2021 Food for All mural, final report presentation. And I want to make a quick note. It will be given today by Sarah Buckman, who is now a member of our commission, but had concluded this project prior to joining our commission, and also did not personally financially benefit, but does represent Common Ground in this case. So she'll be giving that presentation this evening. I also, just a quick note for UPTV, Rob Crum is representing CU Folk and Roots, so you can also promote him as a panelist for tonight's webinar. But that's the only agenda addition.
Do we want to do that after the other listings?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Great, thank you. And has there been any public input for this?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess you're up. You're on. The next item of business is presentations and staff report from the Urbana
Actually,
Public.
I do have one more addition change. Excuse me. I'm just realizing. We do have with us Satina Braswell representing the Main Street Carnival 2021 or 2020 grant final report presentation. So those two will add on to grant presentations for this evening.
I see her listed under grant presentation item 5B1. So
Oh, maybe my eyes just rolled over it and I worried she wasn't there. Good. Okay. In that case, we're all set.
okay, okay, great.
All right. I'll go into staff presentation in that case. I'm going to share my screen. This is your December staff presentation. And hold just a moment. There we go. Is everyone able to see these slides?
Yes.
Okay, today's presentation will be a little shorter than my typical presentation, but I do have a couple of quick things I want to share. 2 videos towards the end of the presentation. First and foremost, we continue to be impacted by COVID-19, and we're taking a lot of precautions that direction, especially thinking about post-holiday events and programming. We are in the process of now hiring a part-time program specialist to work with the arts and culture program. So this will be really important support for the program. Hopefully have that person in place in the spring, and we'll be able to assist with a number of upcoming administrative and programmatic things that we have going on in the spring. It's also important to note that the city was able to hire an admin support assistant for the community development office, and we've also benefited from having a new person at the front desk. So Laura Weiler-Schaff is new to the city, and if you do come to the front desk, introduce yourself so that she gets to meet our commissioners as well. We do still have students through the Community Learning Lab, WeCU Scholars Program, as well as the Fall Executive Internship. But as you'll hear at the end of my presentation, they're concluding their internships this week. So I will be presenting a recorded final report from them. Typically, I've had those students come in front of the commission to give a report. The only reason that they did it recorded this time is because it falls on finals week. So we want to make sure that they get to prioritize that. And so they pre-recorded a short presentation about their activities for you. Most importantly, of course, our Urbana Arts grants are now available and we're receiving applications. The deadline is January 16th by 11:59 Central Time. Anyone can apply at www.urbanaillinois.us/artsgrants. And we have new guidelines as well as our link to the new software we're using. So people can start an application on Neighborly, can also come back to the application so you don't have to do it all in one sitting. We have a number of people that have started applications, so I'm excited to see that. And very recently, we also gave a workshop at the planetarium at Parkland College in collaboration with the Garrett's Gallery, Parkland Presents, and the planetarium. And that workshop was recorded. So we now have a recorded 2021 to 2022 grant workshop. And that link has been posted as well as circulated on social media. So if anyone has questions about the application process not answered by our guidelines, you might point them to that video. It's a great place to start. One thing I'll be sharing at the end of the presentation is a video related to Growing Communities Public Art Initiative. We wrapped up this project. This was our AARP funded project. We had $20,000 from the AARP, and we benefited 5 community gardens in Urbana with new art and amenities featuring 7 artists and students from Self-Made Kings and Goal Getters to groups out of Unit 4 and Urbana School District 116, creating peace poles. We also were able to provide 2 shade sails, 2 toolboxes, 2 benches to these gardens and really increase their livability and amenities for anyone using the garden. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that at the end of the presentation. Of course, I want to always shout out our Poet Laureate. She continues to be doing wonderful things, Ashanti Files. I wanted to highlight a couple things that she's done just in the past couple of months. She did a writing workshop as part of Small Press Fest. She's been doing some things related to bias training and other diversity, equity, inclusion issues. She's worked with Dream Girls Academy, talking about mental health, and she offered a mental health retreat using writing as a tool for healing for mothers impacted by gun violence in Champaign and Urbana. That was on October 23rd. On the 26th, she also hosted something called Word is Seed, a celebration of poetry in international languages, together with the African Studies Department on campus. She also attended the Champaign Public Library short story competition as a competition judge. And on the 21st, HVNT's Safe Haven Dinner. So she's been out in the community doing quite a bit, talking about the power of creative writing as a tool for social change and a tool for mental health and trauma support. And I'm just really proud of the work she's been doing. So she will conclude her Poet Laureateship largely at the end of January. Technically, the first week of February is her last week, and we will be doing a celebration for her. So in January, I'll also be sharing a date for her kind of outgoing celebration of her work. She will come to our January meeting to present on her activities as the Poet Laureate, kind of a year summary. But I want to just put that on your radar because I will be inviting arts commissioners to attend that event. We also closed applications for Urbana's Youth Poet Laureate program. We received a number of really thrilling applications from young people aged 13 to 18. So we'll be jurying that soon and announcing our Youth Poet Laureate, first ever for the city of Urbana. Recently, we had the Young Artist Studios paper cutouts inspired by Henry Matisse as our youth arts education workshop for the month. And then this month we have Kwanzaa Art Exploration on December 19th, led by the Kwanzaa 365 Project in collaboration with the Urbana Free Library. We are in communication with the library about the possibility of returning to in-person programs in the spring. The only thing that we're kind of waiting on is to see what our COVID situation looks like after sort of the holidays and lots of gatherings and that sort of thing. So if we do see a surge, that we'll probably reevaluate that. But with the introduction of boosters and shots also for young people, we've been talking about moving back to in-person programming for these workshops. We also have the art show and tell still going on. This is for young people who want to share work that they've been working on, and it follows particular young artist studio workshops. Quick mention of Art Now. Mainly I left this on not because I have a new announcement regarding Art Now, but because Art Now has really benefited from the work of Jason Liggett over the years, who has been our UPTV station manager. He recently decided to leave the city, and he's got some new prospects for himself, but he had quite a number of years at the city and was responsible for just a wonderful array of public broadcast programming for UPTV. We are joined now, of course, as our new station manager is Borema, who is likely the person running tonight's meeting behind the UPTV name. And I want to both welcome Borema and thank Jason for all of the work he put into projects like Art Now. This is our mini documentary series featuring local artists. As Borema gets settled into the new role, we're going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus from Art Now, but we will be returning to producing that program in the new year. I also want to mention that all of our great Artdoors pieces came down this past month. So just as a quick highlight, this is our project that really came about during the pandemic with these 5 partners, 40 North, Spurlock, our program, and the 2 park districts. And it's to have temporary sculptural pieces put in our area parks and community gardens. We have done 2 cycles of this now, and Spurlock is the large benefactor of this program. They gave $10,000 to seed the program, and they renewed that this past year. They are planning to renew that again. So we hope to continue this wonderful program that's given new art pieces all around Champaign and Urbana. So the ones that were in Urbana this past cycle included Pod Number 7 by K. Hieronymus W. and Learman Neighborhood Community Garden. We had Harvest by Kim Curtis out at Weaver Park. We had Waiting to Fly by Mohan Tracy at Crystal Lake Park. We had Melt by Greg Stallmeyer in Chief Schumacher Park in Urbana. And we had Between Dog and Wolf in Southridge Park by Eka. I wanted to really just take a moment to recognize these because they just were de-installed, but this project has been just a wonderful addition, and I'm really grateful, of course, to Spurlock Museum and museums like Spurlock that, housed within a university, but really committed to doing more and more public programming with the broader community, even off campus. And I think that's just brilliant. So, of course, if you see Spurlock leaders or you talk to anyone from Spurlock, be sure to thank them for this partnership. I also want to mention that Juxtaposition, the Art and Words of Durango Mendoza, will remain on display through the end of the year. This is our Artist of the Corridor exhibit. If you haven't been over to see it, it's on display at City Hall. So Heather Rose is our commissioner that is at City Hall right now. And thank you, Heather, for going and being there today. Be sure to check this out before you leave. We also have a portion of the exhibit that's up at the Urbana Free Library. This had a wonderful write-up also recently in Smile Politely. So if you haven't read about that, please do. It's a really wonderful retrospective of Durango's work. And when we lost Durango last year, it was a real loss to the community. And he had done quite a lot of things with the arts program. So I'm delighted that his artwork is on our walls today. Just a couple comments about sculptures. So we currently have some sculptures that will be likely not being renewed, so their term is up, and we have some that may be renewed. So we're in the process of working with Public Art League to discuss those. The ones that are up for renewal or for leaving and making room for other sculptures because we do these on a rental basis. Our ice pops peek between the trees, and races. And so this one here is ice pops. It's at Bonnier Creek Crossing. Peek Between the Trees is on Main Street, and races is right by the Urbana Free Library. We're certainly exploring other options, but we also have this upcoming season is our sculpture year. So we alternate sculptures and murals every other year. So the Urbana Sculpture Project will also bring some new sculptures to town in the spring. We also put up some of the art on pole banners down throughout downtown. We do have some that still need to go up. So we're working currently to repair some of the poles in downtown so that we can make sure that all of these get up on display, each featuring different local artists. And then we continue to work with the Imagine Urbana Comp Plan. What I'm working on right now with those who are organizing the 20-year comprehensive plan. And of course, for anyone who doesn't know, the city's in a process right now of a 20-year comprehensive planning process. And this is something that cities do every 20 years. And it really envisions 20 years into the future. So we have that process underway. And I'm currently working with the folks involved directly with Imagine Urbana. These are city staff members. To come up with the arts page that'll talk specifically about arts data and where we've come. And there's also a lot of public input that's being gathered. We will collaborate on some additional events this upcoming spring, so stay tuned for that. And they will be coming to your January meeting as an agenda item to discuss with you and get your thoughts about Urbana's planning for arts and culture 20 years into the future. Last but not least, we have the Americans for the Arts COVID-19 Relief Guide. I continue to include this because it's just been a wonderful guide that we keep sharing with artists who reach out about relief programs or opportunities. So that's here. Now, before I go into my intern presentation, I just want to take a moment to share with you, and I'm going to stop sharing for a second, to share with you the video that we have for the Growing Community Public Arts Initiative. And it was really a wonderful video that I wanted to make sure that you can see if you hadn't already. Now, if you tuned in to some recent things we've had going on, in particular City Council meeting on December 6th, this might be a repeat for you, but I certainly want to share it, and I'll have my intern presentation to share after that. So here is this video. Hold on just a moment. I'm remembering there was something I did the last time that really helped. Here you go. Sometimes it can be tricky to share videos through share screen. It's a multi-layered situation. Here you go. And actually, let me double check I shared sound. Okay. This video is made kind of in honor of the program. It's a recap, but it also gives you a sense of what we were able to accomplish with this grant. I was also in communication with AARP's representatives. They are interested in receiving applications multiple years in a row, so it may be possible for the city to apply for this grant and receive it again this year. That application comes out in February. And one thing to understand before I play the video is that these are rapid grants, and it's our first year getting it. I also want to point out that you're going to see some familiar faces in this video, and you'll see some commissioners that came out to different parts of the project, and I'm just really glad for all of that. So thank you to those of you who are also able to make it out. Please give me a thumbs up when I start this video if you can hear it well. Can you hear the video?
The Growing Community Public Arts Initiative was funded by the AARP Community Challenge Grant. The city of Urbana was one of 244 cities across the United States that received this grant this year. This is our first time receiving this grant. And what it is a rapid project. So they're short grants, but they're intended to kind of create something new for the community that creates a more livable space, that helps spread arts and culture, and that helps towns become more accessible to everyone. This is something that this project does very well. To learn more about Growing Community, go to www.urbanaillinois.us/Growing Community.
I am Sharice E. Hersey. I am the council person for Ward 3 in the city of Urbana. I think it's extremely important for community gardens, mainly because it's the sustainability of the community. The fact that people can come here and just pick some food I could go make a meal right now, so can somebody else that maybe doesn't get fresh vegetables. So local growth is very important.
My name is Law Welly. The name of this piece is Sun Flora Flora Flora. It was really, really surreal to get to see my piece on such a large scale. Big canvases are expensive. I don't usually get to experience it. And so to drive up and see it from a far way away, to see a plaque with my name on it, to realize what a space this was, it's everything that I believe in and try to stand for surrounding me. And so I was getting a little misty yesterday when I got to see it. It was really stunning. It was something I'll never forget.
I'm standing right now in front of Lehrman Avenue Community Garden. This is on the corner of Lehrman and Washington Streets in Urbana. It's a fantastic local garden. Over the past several years, it has grown tremendously. What we've been able to do is not only install this art on a shade sail, as shade was something identified as necessary for the garden in order to enhance it and make it more livable, but we also were able to paint a wide variety of the raised beds. So we have artwork and brand new painted tables and amenities here in the garden as a result of the Community Challenge Grant.
My name is Cindy Sampson, and this is my artwork, Tropical Punch. I've been making art ever since I can remember. I say, it's eating, sleeping, breathing, making art. That's who I am.
My name's Caitlin Nelson. This piece is called Humble Offering. The photos used in the piece are all native plants found in Urbana, many of them from the Anita Purvis Nature Center where I work, and it was created digitally on a tile-like background. I'm so happy. I love Meadowbrook Park, and it feels amazing to see my work displayed in such a beautiful community space.
My name is Saba Manetti Tesfaye, and the name of this piece is Ashe Yamaya. So this is a painting of, actually when you see the whole painting, it's a mermaid. It's a girl in a little mermaid costume, and she's in front of the ocean. And the piece is inspired by my want to see more Black and brown people in media, and also just about centering back to your inner child and like doing things that feed your soul and your spirit, and just like living a life that you want to live. I was an intern for Solidarity Gardens at Cunningham Township for a while. My dad's also a gardener, and he prides himself in that, and I helped him a lot when I was little too, so I feel connected to gardening and the earth, so having my artwork in front of a garden feels right for me.
My name is Beth Darling. I'm a local artist and a gardener, and the piece is an excerpt of a larger painting that's a garden that I worked in, a local garden. It's combining my two passions, art and gardening. To see the colors work so well with the artwork on the bench, I just thought that was brilliant, and I love the idea that it's an excerpt of the garden. And I've never seen paintings on a raised bed before. I love raised beds. I love the idea that people can grow their own food here. I love the whole idea, and I was just so pleased to be asked to be part of it.
My name is Ashanti Files, and I am the Urbana Poet Laureate. Today we're standing in front of Peace Poles. This was a project that we started in collaboration with so many other community groups, inviting the young men to interpret and reflect on who they are and who they want to be. And the culmination of that project is the Peace Poles here in this community garden.
My name is Vincent Andujo, and I'm the Construction Projects Manager at Youth Build at Housing Authority of Champaign County. At Youth Build, we try to give them a variety of different things to do. We took these peace poles, dug the holes, and planted them. The young people, they just really gained from just being out in the community and beautifying, the city. Also feeling part of something being planted in the community, and they passed by and they said, well, I took part in that.
My name is Danielle Chenoweth, and I'm the Cunningham Township Supervisor. And this is one of many Solidarity Gardens that we've helped to create a consortium of gardens in the community to help feed our neighbors in need.
My name is Melissa Stone, and I'm the Cunningham Township Supervisor's Garden Coordinator. I grow the vegetables in this garden as a giving garden, which allows people to come and harvest food when they like or need it.
It's giving them
fresh food. We're taking ourselves out of being a desert community. The garden is very diverse. We have people from the Congo in Africa. We have people from Vietnam, from Mexico. It's just a great feeling to be part of a garden community.
I'd like to thank you all very much for picking our garden and our spot. Thank you very much.
The Growing Community Initiative would not have been possible without the tremendous support of the AARP Community Challenge Grant.
Okay, yeah, I have a dog that's barking. I just wanted to make sure that you got a chance to see that video if you haven't already. Before I jump into any intern presentations, I wanted to ask if there were any questions regarding this project specifically.
So if I heard you correctly, Rachel, this is something that could continue?
Yeah, this or a different short-term project from the AARP. So the AARP puts out community challenge grants on an annual basis. They describe them as rapid grants. And I say that because it is something that, you know, with this project, we bit off a lot, and I think we could do a smaller project and still receive the same amount of money. And so we've been talking with the city as well about, what would we want to see? I'm just going to share a couple of images real quick. So mainly I wanted to share, I don't want to share this whole presentation. I should note that I also recently gave a presentation not only to our city council about this project, but also to the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus, which features, it's kind of a consortium of lots of different mayors throughout mostly Northern Illinois, but there are some Central and Southern Illinois participants as well. So they also got to hear more about this project as an example. And I also was just so happy that we had so many people come out. In this picture, we have Tommy Askins, who is the garden steward of Learman. We've got Tyga Corbin, who also has been a Sustainability Commission member. But just to kind of share a little bit about in particular, I want to share kind of who our collaborators were. And this isn't a comprehensive list, but just to kind of give you a sense of the scope of this project. These are groups that this project brought together, some of whom have worked together before and some who, were newly working together. But the purpose too is to kind of grow our network of people that are collaborating in Champaign-Urbana. And I think not only are these folks interested in collaborating again, but also continuing the kind of work that's being built already with Solidarity Gardens. That's a consortium of over 18 organizations, includes the library, the park district, includes small farms, includes people, representing different nonprofits, all coming together to help encourage people to grow food no matter where they are, no matter who they are, and be able to help support, food security programming in Urbana. And it all helps create pipelines of fresh food into things like Bucket Brigade, which helps bring hot meals, hygiene products, and fresh whole foods to families in need throughout Champaign-Urbana, and things like our mobile food clinics and our food distribution vans and things like that. So really wonderful work happening. And for the purpose of this project, of course, funding by the AARP means how do we make any place more accessible to people of all ages, and really care for older adults and different needs. So when we approach different gardens about collaborating, we were also gleaning from them, what are some of the core needs for making your space more accommodating to older adults, or to people with various mobility needs, for instance. And what was come up with was things like shade, seating, and tool lending libraries. So when you saw the artwork on those toolboxes, those will become tool lending libraries out at Meadowbrook and Victory Park for any of the community gardeners out there to not have to haul things, and neighbors who want to make use of the community garden. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of mention these things. There's a longer presentation. If you're ever interested, I'm happy to send it to you. But certainly just wanted to share a little bit about that project since it's the end of that grant. We've got some other projects that will really be kind of getting their footing in the spring. We were involved with not only a core grant benefiting Krannert Art Museum, PACE, and the Arts and Culture program in the College of Applied Health Sciences called Disability Aware Cities. I'll present that in the spring to you, so you'll get some updates about that grant. But there's just been a number of grants that we've received recently, and that's wonderful. So we continue to be involved there.
Well, and may I add kudos to you, because they wouldn't have happened if you hadn't done the background work to make those applications.
Yeah, thank you. I really enjoy writing grants, and I'm glad that we've been able to benefit from some. And it's something too that arts commissioners can assist with. I know on some of the other commissions, the commissioners get involved with kind of seeking and finding grants. So that's something that if you all want to keep your eyes on for the arts program, I'll just adore you for it, and I'd be happy to help write things that, you know, we see that we could benefit from, and of course have the resources to be able to take on. Real quick note for UPTV and maybe for you, Rob, we've got Kathy and Tom in the sort of waiting area. Do you want us to invite them in as well for your presentation, Rob? Or are they just watching?
I think they'll just watch, but
okay.
You know, you can bring them in if you want.
Okay.
We can see their smiling faces.
I mean, I would love that. So go ahead, UPTV, you can bring in Tom and Kathy, and Tom and Kathy don't feel obligated to speak if you don't want to during that presentation. Real quick, before we move on to grant presentations, I do have this short video from our interns. So these are our fall interns, and this is really just something I have them do at the end of their internship. I want them to get in front of you ideally, or at least send a recording so you get to hear a little bit about their accomplishments. So let me pull this video open and it'll just be a couple minutes. Welcome everyone.
Oh, wait,
we're here to, I probably didn't share the sound. Let's try that one more time. Or maybe I did. Did you hear some sound?
Yep.
All good. All right, here we are. Together to present the Arts and Culture Internship Reflection to our Arts Commission at the City of Urbana. This is for students who completed internships in fall of 2021. I'm joined here by Jonathan Sanchez-Huanca and Emily Luna, and I'm filling in myself for David Martinez.
So David and I are part of this internship with our Social Work 461 class. It is the last class we take before we enter our field internships next semester. So in this class, we are applying all of the skills and learning professionalism through our service learning experiences.
And I'm joined here through the executive internship program offered by my high school at Urbana. What it offers is an opportunity for students to complete an internship over the fall or the fall or spring semester, and gives them a chance to explore.
I'm going to talk a bit as David, but David was one of our students from Social Work 461. He comes from the north side of Chicago. He's been studying social work with minors in criminology and society and law and Latino studies. He is currently the president of the United Greek Council, which consists of 24 multicultural Latinx and Asian organizations. He is the community service chair and advertising historian for Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity Incorporated. He's also an intern for the Organic Oneness, a registered student organization on campus, and works at the CLASS Computer Lab located on the lower level of the Illini Union at the University of Illinois. David says, I joined UAC because as social workers, we interact with communities, and UAC offered an opportunity for me to do so and learn through experience. Also, I believe arts are devalued in communities and social services, so being able to explore the beauty of art in Urbana and share that with its residents is an experience I will cherish.
Hi, I'm Emily Luna. I am from Villa Park, Illinois, a west suburb of Chicago, and I am a senior studying social work at the U of I. I'm involved with Sigma Delta chapter of Sigma Alpha Iota, which is a service-based music fraternity. I've been a musician for 13 years, and I love learning about music history and art history. And eventually I want to be a school social worker and a music therapist. And I joined this program because I am very passionate about the intersection of the arts and social work. I think art is a very powerful medium for change and should be used more often with social work. And this program gave me a really amazing opportunity to explore that hands-on. I'm very, very grateful to be living in a community that has such a strong arts and culture program and such a strong partnership with the university.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, and I'm from Urbana High School, as mentioned previously, and this is my senior year. I participated in multiple extracurriculars like swimming and diving, track and field, and cross country, and was formerly a part of the Care for You program offered during the 2019 school year. I've also contributed to the community as a whole through my time working at Sola Gradia, which their message and their mission is to donate at least 10% of locally cultivated and gathered food given produced from their farm. And my future career is hopefully to be an engineer. And I joined the UAC because it was an opportunity to interact with the greater community as a whole and the chances to explore my own career abilities later in the future.
So I'm going to present some of David's accomplishments for the semester. David assisted the arts program by creating an Excel spreadsheet of contact info and websites or social media pages involving arts-based organizations and cultural centers on campus, so really updating our contact lists. He created artist profiles for our Art Inspired series. This is our social media series that features a new artist on Mondays. He also attended Lehrman Neighborhood Community Garden for our unveiling of Growing Community and also helped with the installation itself. He attended the Township Community Gardens to also assist with installation. He collected and researched art within the Urbana community, including the Art Thrives banners, the utility box murals, the Great Art Doors, art installations, and other forms of art such as murals and Growing Community for our public art guide.
And this semester, I got to gather artist biographies and other information to put into the public art guide. I photographed current art pieces that are still up for the art guide and designed those maps that are going to be with them. I also got the opportunity to observe an art installation at the Cunningham Township Garden. I helped prepare minutes for the Urbana Arts and Culture Commission meetings and updated my resume to prepare for grad school applications.
So some of the accomplishments on my end is that I was able to conduct a career interview with a civil engineer in Urbana, Aaron Barrett. And I also wrote a report based on my experience and my just general opinions on how the interview went. I also further developed my personal development abilities, such as applying and researching for universities and scholarships. And I also staffed and attended a multitude of events sponsored by the Urbana Arts and Cultures Commission. And I also was able to improve my resume and explore other career abilities through the executive internship program and using methods like the STAR to improve my resume and make it stronger.
So this Urbana Arts and Culture internship has been a true highlight of my semester. Having the opportunity to combine my passion for social work and my love for music and arts during my undergraduate schooling is amazing. It's a dream come true, and I'm so excited to have this foundation to build upon. I've learned a lot about how art brings people together and can be used as a medium for change. And I'm so grateful to Urbana for having this program and for their partnership with the university. I would not have had this incredible opportunity without you guys. So I'm very, very grateful.
David says, as a social work student, you get few opportunities to get such a hands-on experience with working with and serving a community. He says he very much enjoyed his time with the Urbana Arts and Culture program. I learned more about myself professionally by serving the community and personally by interacting with Urbana residents. He says the highlight of my experience was working with the Public Art Guide. When I started the creation process, I struggled to pick a theme for the project, and then I decided to create a multi-themed one. This decision to try something different is what this program has done. It inspired me to see the beauty of art in many different forms and expressions. I was truly fortunate to do my internship with them.
For me, this internship has been a very helpful experience, and I feel like it's provided me with insight and skills to put in the future, like with any future workplaces I have, as I had a chance to practice and develop my own personal development skills. I was thankful that I've been provided this opportunity through the executive internship program offered by Urbana High and also through the Arts and Culture Program and Commission. And I just want to thank everybody as a whole for allowing me this opportunity.
All right, everyone. So that's that presentation. Thank you for listening. Any questions about the internship program?
I just have one question. What's the STAR method for?
I was curious about that too. I don't know the answer. I'll pass that question along to Jonathan and I'll ask him to write us a written response because he knows what the STAR method is and apparently he's been using it. The executive internship, this was the first time that they've done it as a fall internship. So it's always been a spring thing for the Urbana High School. And it's really nice that they've extended it into the fall. Mayor Marlin's child participated in the executive internship as a senior. And, you know, she ended up working doing an internship with the place that she ended up building her career at. So I think it's a really notable program and one that we're really excited to continue to support. We are likely to have some additional students come in the spring. You'll meet them then. But yeah, very grateful to have had their work. They did a great job this semester. And that's the end of the staff report, unless there are any questions.
Super. Well, thank you, Rachel. We have next on the agenda, the grant presentations from recipients. And the first one listed on the agenda today is Satina Braswell to present the final report for the 2020 Urbana Arts Grant called Main Street Carnival. Welcome.
Hello. My video camera is not working, so I'm sorry, but you can't see my face. I don't know why that is.
No worries, Satina.
Okay.
Are you sharing screen at all? Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. And if there's sound, just make sure to check that box.
No sound. We're good on that.
Okay.
All right. All right, so I am presenting on my 2020 Urbana Arts Grant for Main Street Carnival. For those of you who may not know, I am a flow artist along with my partner. We've been entertaining in Urbana specifically for over 10 years. We regularly partner with a lot of businesses around the area or a lot of organizations. So we worked with Downtown Get Down, we've worked with 40 North, I don't know, just about everything, Sweet Corn. We've been around. And so if you don't know what flow arts is, it's a subsect of circus arts. It's specifically prop manipulation, often involves fire performance. My husband's also a magician, but that's outside of the flow arts. And then we, for a time, had a store in the Lincoln Square Mall and have done a lot of tabling and stuff like that. So basic background, for the grant process, we applied to do Main Street Carnival, which is an event similar to something we had run before, to do like a mini street festival. Really, the point of the grant was to showcase these flow arts and give those as a free show, like very accessible, open to the public, so that they can kind of see these very strange but very easily accessible arts and performance types. All you need is a hula hoop to get started, and that's something you can find just about anywhere. Unfortunately, COVID, as you guys know, kind of threw a wrench in a lot of the works for 2020. So we weren't able to move forward with that exact grant in 2020. We started working on some business and school partnerships for workshops. Timing and some email issues did not allow us to move forward with that either. So our third reiteration of working on this grant was after talking with Rachel, we kind of worked out some various plans, and we decided to partner with the City of Urbana's Downtown Trick or Treat and the Urbana Free Library and move forward with doing some performances in Cherry Alley for that. So that is what we did from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. during the Urbana Downtown Trick or Treat event. We did street shows. So what we did is we did 25-minute performances with about a 10-minute break in between. This worked out very, very well, actually. We were able to have some of the library bring in seating. We were able to distance out some of the groups of seating for that so that we could maintain, social distancing precautions and keep everybody safe, especially being a very kid-focused event prior to the kid vaccines being out. So we did 25-minute performances, thanked everybody for coming out, kind of took a 10-minute break, allowed for crowd disbursement, and then gathered another crowd. And we did this for the course of that 2 hours. Through the event, we had over 100 people, we counted, come out for that. So despite rainy weather, very good turnout, very, very high interest. Anybody who was walking by seemed to gravitate over to that area. So that worked out really well. We were showcasing a variety of props. So we did poi. You can see Michael here with poi, and those are ISIS wings. We showed off boogang. We did hula hooping. We did juggling. We did juggling knives, all sorts of different stuff. And candy was being handed out, everything like that. So yeah, that's what we did. It worked out really, really well. We had lots of happy campers attending. And I think I talked really fast, and that's not even close to 5 minutes, but I forgot to start my timer. So I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, that's what we did. It was great partnering with the library, and the City of Urbana worked really, really well. I would highly, highly recommend working with Rachel anytime you get the chance, because she is absolutely lovely and made everything flow very easy. She definitely helped, and the library was very hands-on and helping people disperse or gather, and kind of encouraging people to stay safe and distanced and everything. So yeah, very, very good event, very good turnout. We were really unsure because it was pretty rainy that day if we were going to get the crowd, but we got the crowd, and everybody loved it. So we appreciate the grant process for allowing us to do this.
Thank you, Satina. Hard for us to do a proper clapping over Zoom, but imagine we're all clapping for you. Any questions for Satina from anyone here?
Would you like to repeat it in the future and do anything differently than what you did this year?
We would definitely repeat in the future. But I think the thing that was really hard for us is having to navigate so far away from what we originally wanted to do. Because we really wanted to run the Street Fest in a similar fashion. And at our heart, we really, I personally really love fire performance, and I would love to have done fire performance and bring that to the crowd, because it draws so many people. But that's the problem too with COVID, is that it draws so many people. So when we did our Main Street Carnival events, we would have just crowds packed in surrounding us 360. And that was just such a fear of ours for running it during COVID. Peak COVID is having so many people and not really being able to keep people distance or be like, no, go away, don't watch any more of the show, let other people come. So that's what we really wanted to do. I don't know if we would be able to pursue it in the future in the same fashion that we had originally planned either. We have unfortunately lost a lot of performers to moving around to different areas or moving to other jobs. They've kind of come out of the Flow Arts Network. So it would definitely be difficult or be kind of a start from scratch position to replan it. But all along, working with the City of Urbana and doing the grant process, absolutely 100% recommend.
And I just want to say thank you to jumping on our downtown trick or treat. Ultimately this became the highlight of the downtown trick or treat as we had stops throughout downtown. Satina's not joking. It was a very rainy day and it was cold, and I think we still made the best of it. And yes, the crowd was incredible for that day, and just very impressed. So I'm glad that you were able to include some of these photos of some of the folks that came out. Very impressive works of art, even in their costuming, but it was wonderful. And I'm so glad that you both were able to perform there.
Yeah, thank you.
Rachel,
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did this event time-wise coincide with the kind of trunk or treat that was going on the other side of Lincoln Square, or was that a different day?
I believe that was a different day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It just
So
seemed
this
like that
tends
was-
to, yeah, this tends to be the Friday before Halloween is always
Okay.
typically when the downtown trick or treat happens, and it's a collaboration with area businesses.
Okay.
It was organized in the past by UVA, and this year it was organized through the city's economic development division.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
that trunk or treat activity that happened, which I believe was on Saturday, drew
Yep.
a lot of people. And I just was wondering if there was any way of creative synergy between those type of
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty sure the trunk or treat is run by our fire department, so we should definitely consider combining them in the future. We've also in the past had something called Market at the Scare, and also on Saturday at the farmers market. So it could be one heck of a Saturday to put all of those together. So I think that's a great suggestion. All right, thank you again, Satina.
She's off, her microphone is off. So I guess we
Thank
could.
you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have back a friend, a repeat performance, an encore performance from CU Folk and Roots Festival. Rob Crum is here to present the final report for the 2021 Urbana Arts Grants, Champaign-Urbana Folk and Roots Festival.
All right.
Welcome back.
Thank you all. So let's see. Share sound. Okay. Let's just get going here. So yeah, let's see. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we did have the festival in October. This was the 13th year of the festival. We had a great festival logo designed by Erica Stark, who's one of our local artists, and two versions of the poster there with the lineup, and then we had a kind of a nice other graphic. Oh, let's go back. Sorry. So we had those are the days. We had 62 events, mostly in downtown Urbana and at the Krannert Center in Channing Murray. About half of the festival events were free, so that keeps the festival very accessible to people. There were performances and workshops like we've done in the past, and other events. No dances or dance workshops this year because of COVID. We also had festival events were streamed. Performances that were happening at the Rose Bowl were streamed, and we had a 3-day attendance of about 1,100 people, which was nice turnout, less than previous years, but I think that's to be expected. So the Urbana Arts Grant, we did get a festival grant of $10,000, and their grant funding was used for performer bookings primarily, also festival technical support to pay our sound people, some lodging and promotion and printing and space rental. So this is basically the beginning of the festival. Was at the Krannert Center on Thursday night, October 21st. We had two bands there, Nikki D and the Browns, who have been at the festival before, and Brian Wilson and family. And Brian is a national touring artist, but rarely gets a chance to play Champaign-Urbana, and that's basically both bands on stage there at the Krannert Center. And it was an evening of soul and gospel and sacred steel music, and I don't think anything like that has happened at the Krannert Center before, and so it was great. And then the last event was the closing jam at the Rose Bowl. That went on, I am told, until about 2:30 in the morning on Sunday, October 24th, and there's some of our local folks jamming with a band from Chicago called Son Monarchus, which is a terrific band. They've been here before too. So there are the venues. I won't read all of them, but we had events mostly in downtown, and I would just say that downtown Urbana is a big part of the festival. That's the identity of the festival, is to have events at several venues, all within easy walking distance. So we had most of the largest number of events were happening Saturday afternoon, and that stretched from the Common Ground Food Co-op porch to the Urbana Free Library and up to the Rose Bowl outdoor tent and a lot of places in between. So like I said, we had 62 events, had a crowd of about 150 for the kickoff at the Krannert Center. If you were there, I hope you felt the spirit. It was moving, it was soulful. We also had some events on Thursday at the Channing Murray Foundation and at the Rose Bowl. And kind of moving into Friday, we had 16 performances at 5 different venues. These are just a few of the pictures. There's the NOLA Rock Bar, Independent Media Center, and Krannert Center, and there's some couple folks playing at the Cohen Building, which is right there on the corner of Main and Race. And we set up a small performance venue in there. And so this is Los Texanos from, they're a band that's from, 2 of the members are from Arcola and 2 are from Hoopston. And I'm going to see if I can play a little video clip for you if you can hear that. I just wanted to give you a taste of that. So this is a band. They play Tejano music, Conjunto Tejano music, and we were really happy to get them. We had them on the schedule 2 years ago when the festival kind of got washed out from COVID. We couldn't feature them last year. It was only a streamed only event, but we were glad to have them back this year. Quickly moving into the Saturday daytime events. This is when everything was free, so we have a lot of performances and family-friendly events and jam sessions, and there were indoor and outdoor. You can see there's a photo of a band playing at the Urbana Free Library, and there's Sol Monarchis again presenting a kids program at the Rose Bowl tent, and then the other pictures are from the Community Center for the Arts, but we did have jams on the Common Ground Food Co-op porch, and there were some other activities going around, and really I think the outdoor events, they were well attended. I think that hit a lot of people's comfort level, and they were really people showed up. It was a rather cool day, but it was dry, and it was just a nice day. A lot of people hanging out in downtown Urbana. One of the highlights of the festival was getting this young guitar player whose name is Yasmin Williams. We'll probably never be able to afford her again. She's kind of caught fire. She's very talented. I'm just going to play a little bit of her workshop. This is her at the Community Center for the Arts. She plays guitar, regular style, but she excels at this lap. Anyway, I just wanted to show that real quick. Pretty incredible, very creative, kind of a young guitar playing phenom. She's 25 years old, and really just wowed the crowd. Saturday evening events, there were 17 performances. Again, we had things going on at the IMC, a little bit of flamingo dancing, more of the Cohen Building and the NOLA Rock Bar. In the middle, that's Dom Flemons, who used to be in the Carolina Chocolate Drops, and he's kind of one of our festival favorite performers. We're actually likely going to get Dom back again next year. He has moved to Chicago in the last year, so he's very easier to get than before. And then the bottom left picture, that's Sol Monarchis again, another great Chicago band. So we heard a lot of very positive comments. I wanted to throw, I'm not going to read all this, but this is kind of wraps up a lot of what I feel like went right with the festival. This is from a local attendee, somebody who volunteered. They said it was truly amazing. They had so much fun. They made a note of some of the diversity in the lineup, which we always really work hard on. So she wrote about the inclusion of Black artists, yay, about the inclusion of non-binary artists, yay, local artists, the hip hop group Afro D and the Sound Waves. They're really a phenomenal local band. So if you got a chance to see any or all of the festival, I hope you got a chance to see. I should say the streaming is still available online if you're interested. And there's a Smile Politely. We actually made part of their best music article. It just came out. They classified us under best scene camaraderie, which I think that fits the festival very nicely. Again, this is shows the shot of the one of the bands playing outdoors at the Urbana Free Library. So I just want to note the Urbana Public Arts Program is part of a network of our supporters and donors. Everybody from Backland Radio to the Ruth Wyman Law Office and a lot of businesses and organizations in between. We get donations from over 100 people who regularly, a lot of them are long-term donors. To do the festival, we had 70 people volunteer through the weekend. And there's a core group of us, 16 people. And I think we view the festival as this is our collective community service effort. You know, this is something we could do to the community to make a difference and make an impact. So thanks again. There's the whole festival team right there. If you know any of these people, give them a word of thanks and pat on the back. Everybody involved with the festival, does a great job, and they're very committed to it. So anyway, thanks again for the arts grant. Thanks for your support as always, and hope you can join us next year. The 14th festival's in the works. I will say this year was the oddest year to plan a festival because we were close to really kind of wondering if we were going to be able to do the festival. 2 or 3 times we were close to thinking, well, maybe we'll just have to have a streaming event only, but we were glad things worked out that we could have a festival with in-person attendance again.
Can I add a comment?
Yes.
We took extraordinary efforts to make sure that everyone was vaccinated, and it went really, really well. We had 1 or 2 people that kind of objected, but I think for the majority of the people who attended the event, they really appreciated the efforts that we went to this year to make sure that everybody was safe.
Just fabulous, Kathy. Thank you. Thank you for adding that. Wonderful work to the whole team. Kathy, I know that Tom's on the call too, and Rob. Any questions for these 3 about the festival this year from commissioners?
I do have a question. Where do you find your artist?
So we have a team of 3 people. That's the booking crew for the festival, and so 2 of those people are Charlie Harris and Cody Jensen, and
Rob, you can stop sharing screen when you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see.
I think it's up at the top.
Easier said than done. I have to get back to, yeah. I know it's here somewhere. It's been a while since I've Zoomed and done anything via Zoom.
Go all the way to the top of your screen. It should be something where you can say stop share.
All right, I see it. Thank you.
There you go.
All right, so anyway, the bookings work because Cody and Charlie, they're both touring musicians, and they play a lot of summer festivals, and they basically kind of take mental notes about who they think will fit at the festival, and it's just not a question of are they good musicians. I think it's as much of that as are these people kind of a fit for the festival. And so one thing we like to do is find people that'll do performances and a workshop, and not only that, but just kind of like hang out at the festival, because we want the artists to be accessible. And so we have several years under our belt now. So we invite a certain number of people back because they're such good fits for the festival. The folks in Son Monarchas, they tell us that this is absolutely their favorite festival to perform at, and we get a lot of comments like that. There's some artists, perform one year at the festival and they just come back and hang out at the festival. The next year they had such a good time. So, but I'd say the festival also, from a performer standpoint, we get kind of overwhelmed with requests to perform. I mean, there's a lot of people out there looking for festival performance opportunities. And so, we really have more people who want to perform in any given year than we can absolutely fit on the program. But it takes a lot of work to nail down the performer lineup for sure. It's a lot of work.
And that's even, not, running out of space when you do things in between 60 and 90 events each year. I mean, it's just incredible. So I commend you. I also, I got a chance to see Yasmin and started watching it at home and then caught the tail end over at the Rose Bowl for that performance. And it was like nothing I'd ever seen before. It was just so incredible. So great work on the lineup.
I would say one thing about her set and a couple of other performers, but you could hear a pin drop at the Rose Bowl. Mm-hmm. People were paying they were just so enamored with her performance and her delivery, and it's just everything the festival should be. It's just like people who are really into the music, they want to be there, they want to hear every single note, and they want to hear every comment about what the performer has to say about their music. And yeah, she was stellar. I mean, I'll add this about Yasmin. So we booked her, and about 2 weeks after we booked her, there was a huge article in the New York Times about her. It was in print. It was about a half a page. And that just doesn't happen to anybody. I mean, she deserves that kind of attention. And like I said, she's exactly the kind of performer we love to feature at the festival, because she's relatively new. She's young, she's 25, she's kind of like finally getting some national recognition. And like I said, I'm glad we could book her once, because we probably won't be able to afford her fee.
It's good that the CU Folk and Roots Festival can be a launch pad for artists. I think that's great.
Yeah.
So for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, go view those online, because a lot of those are still available to watch. And I just really valued the hybrid kind of structure of this past festival too, because like I said, I started Yasmin's show from my couch. So I was watching it, and then I was like, I got to get there. So I was trying to get through stuff at home so that I could get over there and be able to catch the tail end. And that was really unique. I loved being able to not feel like I had to miss it either. Yeah. Wonderful work. Thank you again, Rob.
Thank you all.
Just a note, Will Rieger is not able to join us this evening, so we're going to move his presentation to the spring, or to January.
I didn't see him signed on, so
I think in semester still, to the spring semester.
Sure. Well, then we have room now for the Common Ground presentation, right?
That's right. So Sarah Buckman, on behalf of Common Ground, will present the 2021 Food for All mural.
Thanks, everybody. Just trying to share my screen. Oops, sorry, the wrong share. Well, hi, everybody. I am so glad to finally be at the commission meeting. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Buckman. So not only am I the marketing manager at Common Ground, and worked at Common Ground for more than 9 years, but this is also, my first meeting as an Arts and Culture Commission member. I've helped co-host open mics with Rachel, and been on arts and culture juries over the years. And I just wanted to start out by saying that I'm presenting the report for Common Ground art grant that we got in 2021. And I thought I would just mention that although I was an applicant applying for Common Ground, I didn't receive any of the grant funds or financial stipends from this project. And yeah, I'm just super grateful to the Urbana Public Arts Program for funding our local Food for All mural. It was a Tier 2 grant that we were awarded more than $3,000. And we wanted to find a way that we could publicly incorporate the arts into the urban environment of downtown Urbana. And for those that you don't know, Common Ground is located just right across the city building. And although we've had an art gallery for a long, long time, we wanted to find a way that we could make the art more visible during the era of COVID. And we've had this really nice entryway. And so we thought we would apply for our planters to be painted with a series of different planters that represent diverse community, but also the rich local food system. And so we've worked with a local muralist, Madeline Whitrook, and we had a lot of different ideas of the themes related to each of the 6 murals. And she was able to really kind of take our ideas and cultivate them into a design that we really, really loved. So I'll just quickly go through them. We had kind of a farm to table to community story. So we wanted to have imagery that depicts some of our diverse local farmers, some Urbana farm scenery, for instance, from like Solo Grazia Farm or Blue Moon Farm, that are really known in our area. And with shows of greenhouses and regenerative agriculture. We also wanted scenes highlighting things from the Urbana Farmers Market, and featuring like our local flower farms, or different unique local items that you could find at the Urbana Farmers Market. We also had another farm scene of regenerative, kind of showcasing animals that are pasture raised with kind of a regenerative agriculture theme, but still using images like the red barn from Blue Moon Farm and other components that kind of harken back to our local farmers. We also wanted to make sure that it was a really welcoming mural that represented Urbana's rich cultural communities, and kind of invite the viewer to see themselves in this mural and be able to participate in this local food, basically invite them to participate in the local food system. We also wanted to have a component of the mural that was based on food equity or food access. So kind of showing the hands holding the food, with kind of just showing diversity, but also showing that everyone has kind of in the same way of everyone having what they need, everyone having the food that they desire. So, and then one of my favorites, because I actually do a lot of the food education at the co-op, was kind of showing the cultural cuisines that could be like the naan or the curry or hummus or charcuterie, sushi, mac and cheese, basically just a culmination of all the different cultural cuisines that are made with our local food, or those that are coming to the Urbana market or coming to our store, or different local markets that sell local food. Just kind of visualizing all of those diverse cuisines that could be made with that food. And I we made a really quick video that's about 2 minutes that I thought I would play. So let me know if you can't hear it.
We're really excited to be unveiling our new local Food for All mural.
Sorry, I'm having some lagging.
I'm Rachel Storm. I serve as the arts coordinator for the city of Urbana.
I'm Madeline Woodruff, and I am the artist and designer of this piece.
Hi everybody, my name is Sarah with Mama Brown Food Co-op, and we are so happy to be celebrating our new mural.
Madeline Woodruff's pieces are so beautiful and vibrant and add so much to this space. Our goal is to cover Urbana with art, with murals, with sculptures, with music, and this is a perfect weekend that kind of showcases, I think, all of that.
This is a way that we can really unveil and show the community all about our local food system here in Urbana. It represents regenerative agriculture and working with the land and showing our diversity in our farmers.
The mural was funded by the Urbana Arts Grant Program. This program has existed for roughly 13 years, and it has been a way to directly support artists through the city of Urbana.
Each planter took about 10 hours a piece, so it was like 60 hours of painting on top of the design work. It's all one piece, but each one has its own individual qualities to it, which is really cool.
Murals are new to the program, so we allowed murals in just these past couple of years, and it's been wonderful. This cycle we have 6 new murals. This is one of them.
Going through all of the different scenes within the concept of the mural was really exciting. Getting to tie everything together with color and then each one having its own personality in its own way was really amazing.
Some of my favorites are scenes of different community members of all walks of life coming to participate in the local food system, as well as a scene of a dinner table featuring different cultural cuisines.
We're going to do a ribbon cutting, folks, which means that I brought the big scissors. These are very fun and very dangerous.
And I'm really thankful for Brittany Hyan, who helped me paint a lot of the mural.
For anyone seeking to also fund a project of their own, they can go to urbanaillinois.us/artsgrants and apply for their own arts grant to do a similar project.
Yeah, so
We're
oops,
really
sorry.
excited.
So some quick takeaways. We did a mural celebration where we invited people on a Saturday during market to come join us for a ribbon cutting. So thank you, Rachel, so much for that. And I guess we also did it on a Saturday when we had wanted to have, it was actually the same Saturday that Rob was just mentioning. We had the CU Folk and Roots Festival present to do several sets out on the porch. And we did that in a way so that we could kind of draw more people. Some quick takeaways was that the project was set to start in April, but it had to be put on hold due to the artist's unavailability. But she ended up receiving a lot of help at the end from Brittany Hyan to help complete the mural. The mural was finished mid-October. We've signed a contract with her so that she'll be able to kind of keep up on the mural for the next 5 years. And we did go over our budget in terms of the co-op's in-kind budget, but that was just due to labor estimates in terms of priming and painting the planters ahead of time and getting them ready. But we're super happy to contribute that whatever was left over on our end, because this really was something that we are so excited to have. So thank you again so much. Everybody at the co-op yeah, we're really happy to have that be such a vibrant thing that's out in our front entryway. And I think a lot of people walk by it. We've seen people stop their car right out front our store and take pictures of the different scenes. So we're really grateful again to have been a recipient. So
congratulations, Sarah.
Congratulations on the success of the project.
Thank you. It was so nice to see completed. I'm really excited. And the farmers they also helped us with the grant by providing letters, and they also have been really happy to see the artwork up.
Any questions for Sarah? Sarah, I just want to say, and just to reiterate, that is what you saw was folks tuning up for their CU Folk and Roots performance that was happening. And I was coming directly from a growing community unveiling, and Harvest Festival was right after. So what a day. That was the day I wound up in the evening at Yasmin's performance. That was like a full Saturday of Urbana arts, from music to murals to shade sales with art on them. I mean, it was just brilliant. So it was one of those days where you look around and you're like, wow, this city.
Yeah, you're totally right. It was a really, but yeah, I have to thank the CU Folk and Arts Folk and Roots Festival, because they really drew so many people in. And yeah, I think the only little takeaway I'll probably do is if we did another celebration, I'll do it earlier when the market's still happening, and but we still had a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, it was lovely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, at this point, are we moving on to new business and the Tier 3 Urbana Grants process overview?
Yeah, so mainly I just wanted to reiterate dates for everyone. You got a little bit of an overview last month. For anyone joining us newly this month, our Tier 3 grant process has some dates I want to mention. So let me just grab that information real quick. In particular,
can I interrupt just for a minute? Because I'm going to have to sign off in a few minutes and maybe deputize someone else to close the meeting. And I also want to say thank you to Heather for sitting at City Hall this week, because I have to be here to prepare these students tonight, and I think somebody's actually at my door.
Who would you want to pass your chairing duties on to?
Frank, are you willing?
Frank, are you willing to chair tonight?
Or we'll get a new member?
Oh, he's muted.
Can you unmute for a moment, please? Or would somebody raise their hand who's from the commission and volunteer? You basically just have to sign
Sarah's
off.
volunteering. Awesome. No worries. You're off the hook, Frank. Sarah's going to do it.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to hear everyone, and I wish you all the very best. Happy holidays.
Thank you, Barbara.
Good
luck with the show.
Yeah, getting all these students ready for program Thursday night is always a joy, but they always wait till the last minute.
It's all right. I look forward to hearing the strings. All right, take care.
Bye.
Okay, so just real quick, we went into detail on Tier 3 process. As a reminder, the Tier 3 is the section of grants that our Arts Commission vote on directly. So all the other grant categories, we do have independent juries, but the Tier 3 process is a little different. And I'm glad we're also joined this evening by Rob, because I'm assuming CU Folk and Roots will likely apply into Tier 3 again. As a reminder to all of us, Tier 3 is in the deadline now alongside of the other deadlines. So it's all in January 16th. We've pushed it back at some requests before to a little bit earlier. Now we're pushing it back a little bit later because it seems like earlier wasn't necessarily helping either. The one thing that it does change, of course, is that anyone who applies in the Tier 3 festival grant, because it's not juried in advance of the regular deadline, if they don't receive monies, they can't benefit from like having that take place earlier and still applying in a different category. So it's all going to come due on January 16th for our applicants. I just want to reiterate that one thing that it means for us as a commission is that we have an additional meeting in January. So that date will be January 18th. It's going to be a special meeting of Tier 3 presentations. That will be for anyone applying in Tier 3. They will be invited to present their written